Good evening. I wish I didn't have to make this video, but it seems like I'm gonna have to. As you can see, I've been banned from the subreddit. This isn't fucking Reddit. I've been banned from the Steam discussions for a post that I made. Now, you can see my post as I uploaded a video documenting all of the comments that were left on that video, or left on the post, and I don't know why, but I was banned. And as you can see, if I click this here, I was banned. And I did leave a, I did respond to Steam support and left them basically a paragraph saying why I don't believe I was trolling or baiting. My post said, everyone who bought this game is the reason why the game industry is as bad as it is and why it will never improve. I think that is a normal statement to make about the situation that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is in. I think that's perfectly logical to say and look at when you look at this game, and I'm 100% under the belief that this was taken down because they're trying to silence people who have any negative discussions about this game. And as you can see, there were literally basically no discussions about the game being negative in any way other than this post right here. There were basically zero negative things on the homepage, and it seems like they're trying to silence people who are talking about this game. My discussion kind of blew up a little bit and was on the homepage for maybe a day or two straight, maybe 3 days, because people kept responding to it. And a lot of people in the discussions were agreeing with me. And I even told Steam when sending my ticket in, saying that, hey, I was legitimate about this, and I basically was stating my opinion on the game and why I think it's bad. And it's what basically my post is the same as people leaving reviews for the game, to be honest. I've seen reviews that are way more bait. If my post saying, hey, if you buy this, you are what's wrong with the game industry, then why are some of the negative upvotes here, negative, downvotes here, not bait or whatever? I mean, look at this one. What's the point of getting deluxe edition immediately when the game is $84? Ubisoft also delete my Uplay points, so there's not even a racist. Ubisoft who hurt you. I mean, there's plenty of people that leave horrible reviews and scam bait and all of this stuff, and it just tickles me wrong because my post had been up for multiple days at this point and had received many pages of replies. And I even told Steam, if you look at my replies to the people, you will see that I wasn't trolling or baiting. I had stated, I had sent multiple paragraphs, not multiple paragraphs, but all of my replies to people commenting on that post that I had made were in good faith to an extent, talking about, I wish I could view the posts, but you can see them. Obviously, there were more replies to that, but this feels like this feels very deliberate, trolling and baiting. This feels like many people who disagreed with my opinion had reported it, or in air quotations, a moderator for the subreddit came over and did this. And by the way, I'm pretty sure Steam gives access to, allows the devs of the games and whatnot to moderate the forums. So it's very, 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 very possible that, in air quotations, a moderator came through, saw my post, disliked my opinion, and completely removed it and completely banned me from the subreddit. By the way, this post had been up for multiple days at this point. Please remember that. And I went out of my way to purposefully try to say nothing that would get me banned, nothing hurtful, nothing that would get me in trouble. I know Steam's guidelines, and I would never do that because I would rather not get banned, and I would like to be able to freely express myself when talking about things that I dislike. I went to the Steam discussions of this game because I never bought it. You can't leave a review on a game that you never bought. So I thought the next best thing was to go into discussions and say, hey, I think if you buy this game, you are the reason the industry is bad. I have said this many times about many games, and I stand by this. This isn't a troll or a bait. This game does... Gameplay aside, I don't care about the gameplay of the game. I care about what Ubisoft has done, putting the game out there price-wise, all right? Not just price-wise, but gameplay-wise too. And I talk about that many times in multiple replies on this post. It is very, very obvious that the person who banned me looked at this and immediately banned me without looking through any of the replies. Because, and I will show the footage of my video right here, I had replied to many people giving my full opinion about why I stand by this and why I believe this game, giving money to this game is why you are contributing to the downfall of the game. And I will gladly state my message here. If we look at Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I can tell you without even having to look at gameplay, because gameplay aside, that doesn't matter. If we look at Black Flag, here is the original. Assassin's Creed Black Flag is $40. That is for the gold edition that comes with all of the DLC for the game. Keep that in mind, will you? This is $40 with all of the DLC available right now to purchase. Yes, it is a bit dated. Graphically, it might be a little bit dated. Not that the game looks ugly in any sense. I think it's still a decent looking game. Right now, you could buy this. If we look up Black Flag again, okay, I spelled black. If we look up Black Flag again, the new resynced Black Flag is $60. I've said this before, but I commend them for not charging $70. But the fact that you're charging $60 for a 10-plus-year-old game is already a pretty big red flag. And I know plenty of other games have done this before. Somebody brought up in the discussions Resident Evil, and I feel like that's a completely different take because the graphical leap between those two games was more monstrous than this was. Gameplay was changed and whatnot. Like, again, I know things have changed about this game, but $60 is already rough. But it's not even the fact that it's $60. It's the fact, and the reason why I made my post was because of the reviews, the negative reviews that I read talking about this game. And just, well, look at right here. There are two editions to the game. There's the base edition for $60, and then there is a deluxe edition, which, by the way, does not come with all of the DLC. And that is a huge problem that people that bought this game have talked about in the reviews of this comment section, or comment section in the review section of this game. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit out of it. Just came in from playing a little bit of basketball. Again, you can see why I would think that people who buy this game are the reason they're contributing to why the gaming industry is so bad. People complain about new games being overpriced or having very little content, or new games releasing and then having a shit ton of microtransactions. Well, here you go. Here is an exact reason for that. You can buy the base edition of a game that is already available for $20 less with all of its content for $60. But if you want all the content for the game, you could pay $70. But guess what? You don't get all the content. Not only do you have to pay $70, you have to pay an extra $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $85. And this is talked about in the discussions, and it's very, very strange to me that the reviews for this game have shot up overnight. This game was sitting at mixed reviews last night before I went to bed. All of a sudden, it's at 71%. Coincidence? It's almost like some of the reviews were deleted along with my post. This feels very deliberate. I'm going to say it. And this has happened before with games where the devs of the games will abuse the powers given to them by Valve or Steam to delete reviews and make their game look better. This is a known problem that has happened on Steam. I'm not saying that has happened, and if they come back and believe that my post is bait or trolling, well, I'm just going to have to politely disagree with that. As I stated to Steam support, you can very easily look through the discussions and see that many replies that I sent out to people were actually replies, and I was genuinely talking about things about the game. So again, this feels very weird, you know, to go on to a subreddit. Again, it wasn't bait. I went on to discussions, and I was like, this is sickening. This is disgusting. There were a lot more negative reviews at the time of me writing my discussion. And I thought, hey, you know, like, again, the reason why I made my post was because of people talking about the DLC. And so as you can see, cutscenes capped at 30 FPS in 2026. Have I bought DLC? No. Do you want to buy DLC? No. Do you want to buy DLC? No. Menus are a cash grab for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Exactly. And not only that, but a lot of the reviews that talk about, yeah, right here, come on Ubisoft. You just couldn't hold yourself, huh? Or you just couldn't hold yourself, huh? Releasing a $70 game. And on the day of the release, you slap us with $85 worth of DLC packs that are just not cosmetic, but give you gameplay advantage. This is why piracy exists. I will be refunded. Keep coping in the comments and supporting the good corporation that only wants the best for you. I'm enjoying every single bit of it. This right here seems way more rage baity, way more like bait and trolling, this little thread right here, than my post ever did. And obviously you could see 10,000 people saw this review was helpful because it's true. $85 worth of DLC for a game that you can buy for $40 with all of that content is very scummy. And that is why I believe that if you were to purchase this game, you are supporting bad business practices. And you're part of the reason why the game industry is going downhill. Because guess what? If I create a product that is bad and people buy that bad product, why would I ever make my product better? That is a statement. That is a response that I've given to plenty of people that have commented on my discussions. I've said this plenty of times. It is very, very simple, very, very caveman brained. I'm going to sit down, go ahead. I know if you're going to fight me in the comments, you're probably not even here. Most people probably clicked on this video and just left a dislike and are just screaming in the comments. But if you're still here listening, I'm going to put it in the most simplest of terms possible that anybody can understand. Pretend you own a company. You're a boss. You're a boss. All right, you're a boss. And you go, we're going to make flashlights. And we're going to put the batteries in those flashlights are going to be half dead. They're going to be half dead because I can get them for way cheaper than full-priced flashlights or full-priced batteries. So what I do is I put half-dead batteries in those flashlights and then release them. And tons of people buy them. And they have complaints. It's not perfect. It dies quickly. But, hey, I like it. The old flashlights that you used to make were really good. So I'm happy, because don't forget that back in the day, 10 plus years ago, we used to make really good flashlights with batteries in them that were fully charged. Well, we decided to make a new flashlight. In air quotations, new. It looks exactly the same as the old one, just a little bit cleaner, a little bit sleeker, but the batteries in it are half dead this time. But it looks cooler on the outside, and then people buy it, and then they go, my batteries died. And then, don't worry, we sell fully charged batteries for extra on our website. So then you buy those batteries. It doesn't matter if you leave a negative review at that point. I already got your money. I'll put it into even simpler terms. You make a product that is good. People buy bad product. Lots of people buy bad product. Bad product make you a lot of money. Why would you ever make a good product? If you could release bad products repeatedly, you're going to do that. I think it's very simple to understand. I think even a child can understand that. Yeah, and you could say that about any industry for the most part. Anybody. Let's be honest, working, even you yourself, if you work a job, why would you put a lot of effort in if you're not going to get the money for it? You're going to put as little effort as possible. Most people say that, oh, well, you're getting paid salary, whatever. If you're not getting paid on how good the work is, then who cares? You're not going to put in a lot of effort. That is the exact same thing we're seeing with video games. Why put in a lot of effort if you're not going to make a good product? Or why put in any effort if people are still going to buy your product? Why do you think Call of Duty still releases every year? Because it releases, people buy it, people complain, but guess what? They already bought the game. Why do I have any incentive of making the game better? Well, people are saying that they're not going to buy the next one. Oh, well, we'll lie to them. Oh, it's going to be better than the last one. We're going back to our roots for the 6th time. Don't worry. And then people buy it and the product is bad. Well, guess what? They already buy it. They already bought it. I don't care. I made my money. There was no reason to make a better product. We've seen this time and time again. Ubisoft is known for making bad products. They're one of the worst gaming companies, AAA companies specifically, to date. But not just Ubisoft. We have Blizzard. We have 2K with the NBA 2K series. We have Madden with the Madden series and EA specifically. We have FIFA. FIFA has been getting worse from what I know. NHL has also been getting worse from what I know. Basically, every sports game has been getting worse from what I know. I would bring up UFC or MLB, but they're literally not available on PC. So same thing with NHL. I think I've seen recent videos. And let's not forget about the most recent blunder known to man sports-wise, College Football 27, which has microtransactions in the single-player mode, but not just microtransactions. Oh, no. If you want to upgrade your offline character, it costs money. Anyway, that is the statement that I wanted to put out on this. I think my ban is completely wrong. This isn't a video. This sounds like a video I'm going to send to Valve. No, I don't care. I think any Valve employee could look at my responses and see that none of what I said was trolly or baiting in any way. My post wasn't trying to be trolling or baiting. I was stating my opinion. And I guess we censor people who have different opinion than us now. Or we censor people who have different opinions than us now. Sorry, speaking's hard sometimes. Yes, just want to put that out there. Very, very strange how high the reviews have gotten. They've jumped 20% overnight, mind you. Overnight. I would like to point that out as the reviews were at like 50%, maybe 60 at most last night. Very, very odd how all of a sudden my post that was left up for multiple days all of a sudden got nuked off the face of the earth, along with every other post talking negatively about the game in the Steam discussions, along with most of the negative reviews. And as you can see, the top 3 reviews are negative right now. Just food for thought. Maybe Valve should look into this or not allow this. But then again, why would Valve care? Their entire gaming motto nowadays is releasing slot machines for their casino games. That being Counter-Strike 2, Team Fortress 2. Y'all get the gist. Anyway, just want to make this little video.